I have to say, I've never seen a more disappointing ending for an anime or any other media, any other show, whether on Netflix, Amazon Prime, whatever, any outlet. It was such a it was building up to be something really grand and meaningful and have a deep message. And it's like, okay, final episode, episode 11, we're gonna learn why all these explosions were necessary, why they had to bring a, a massive amount of attention to themselves. They had to have a really deep message about not just like bringing attention to what happened to them, but corruption in general, the war crimes and the corruption and depravity, the experiments on children that take place all over the world. Like, I mean, China right now, well, since 2012, has experimented on children and used genetic selection to breed high IQ children. That came out in Vice Media, and stuff like the United States, COINTELPRO, MK Ultra, Operation Mockingbird, Operation Northwoods, all the human experimentation that takes place all over the globe, child sex trafficking, all this stuff that the not just the Japanese people, but people all over the world need to start paying attention to because our governments are out of control. I was thinking, wow, I mean, that would be a good reason to set off all those bombs and bring a lot of attention to yourselves, but not to set off an EMP blast that would destroy everything electronic in the entire country. Because that would kill countless people. Everyone on life support would die. You would destroy all the medical equipment in the United States. No more CAT scans, no more MRIs. None of that. All would be destroyed. It would take years to replace it all. In the meantime, you wouldn't be able to diagnose cancers properly, diagnose brain tumors, diagnose all sorts of different diseases properly with all this medical equipment that would suddenly just not work and it all had to be replaced. Cars, anything with any electronics in the engine, which has been the norm since like 1990, none of those cars would work. They would all need their electrical work all replaced. Um, that would cost trillions of dollars in yen alone just for them. And then for the agricultural machines, you would destroy all the agriculture in Japan. You would destroy every business in Japan. All the computers. It would destroy Japan's economy. It would sink into a depression. It would become a third world country for at least 20 years. We're talking quadrillions of yen in damage, which would be the equivalent of billions of dollars in US. It would actually be more than that. You'd have to go above quadrillion. I don't even know what's above that, but the equivalent of, I would say, 30 to 40 trillion dollars in yen, at least. Destroy every piece of electrical, anything, any electronic device. Electronics are at the heart of everything. The printers wouldn't even work for printing newspapers because they all have electronics. So you wouldn't even be able to distribute news for a very, very long time. It's just insane. It's absolutely insane. I was thinking that, okay, they set off all the explosions. They got the attention they need, saying they're going to set off an atomic bomb to, you know, destroy all of the Japan's uh, electronic devices. That would be a good warning to Japan to, make sure that everything is EMF proof because, I heard about this issue in the United States. It would only cost us a couple billions of dollars to make sure that all our electrical work here in the United States, all the electrical, the stuff going on in the houses, was EMP proof. But right now, all our infrastructure is highly volatile. Any number of things could set off a huge EMP blast, not just an atomic weapon, that would cripple all of the United States economy. And there's a lot of things we could do for that would make our economy more resilient. And these are a lot of things. I would have to do more research on this because this is making me want to go back and do some more research. But I'll make another video about this where I go into that issue. I mean, it's been a while since I've researched it, but it just ceased to say, like, it was just dumb. There was no reason to destroy Japan that way. And for what? Just to bring attention to your one issue? One instance of corruption? Your one instance of corruption? That was the only thing you wanted people to take away from all those explosions, from destroying Japan's economy, you know, making it a third world country for a very long time, just to bring attention to your story. You would be seen as some of the most evil, nihilistic, narcissistic assholes who've ever lived. It's just so fucking. It's. I guess the result would hopefully that people all over the world would pay more attention to that. But no, they would just all say it was, this is an isolated incident in Japan. They did this one bad thing. Look what happened. Governments across other countries, they don't do that sort of thing. No. No, look at MK Ultra. Look at all the mind control experiments throughout all these other different countries where they did grotesque neurological brain surgeries on people to see if they could mind control them for uses as use people as spies, so that they could not ever betray their home country. They would always follow orders. There's been a bunch of brainwashing experiments done by DARPA here in the United States that make soldiers that could not defy orders and they would do anything as ordered, be mindless slaves to those in power. And brainwashing and propaganda experiments and applying that technology to the U.S. citizens. There's a lot of that going on. We're all incurring some level of brainwashing from our governments and other governments all the damn time. It's a competition for the minds of the people because we vote, and by our votes we decide who's in power, so they want to control what we see, what we hear, what we engage with online and media. Five corporations in the United States control over 90% of all media. That's not just news, that's music, that's movies, that's everything. Social media, they have completely in control. All the social media, the search engines, they're all used, all information is controlled by the state to the greatest extent possible. It just gets worse. I was hoping for some grand speech like this at the end of this show, but nothing. And this is just me coming off the cuff of my head when I'm tired and getting ready to go to bed. I'll make another video after I prepared some more to say about this, and I actually don't just ramble on about crap. But really, it's just so dumb. It's such a well-written show, but it was like, we set off an atomic bomb in the stratosphere because of this one thing that happened to us. It's not like it's a systemic problem throughout all Japan's government, and let's not bring attention to all of Japan's other historical corruption. And why not hack into, if they have these hacking skills, why not hack into a bunch of Japanese? If you could hack into the police department, why not into their intelligence agencies, into their highest levels of government, and find out what other corruption is going on, and just have tens of thousands of documents printed out at every printer in Japan about all this corruption going on in their country, but don't set off the fucking EMP blast that would disable their ability to learn about it. That's just so fucking dumb. Anyway, rough draft video.